Hi, this is Mark, and it's another one of my dad's fixing shit type of videos. And today, what we're going to fix is the FIOS alarm that keeps going off here in my garage. Okay, hang on a second, I'm going to flip it around. Okay, here we got the box. This box on the top is the one that says, hey, the battery's all screwed up and all that kind of stuff. Okay, then this box down below it, that's where the electricity comes in, and that's plugged into this plug down here. This box over here has got nothing to do with anything. It's all about the lights outside, so don't worry about it. Okay, but what's going on here is this thing's plugged in to this transformer that says Verizon on it, and then it goes up into this box, and what that box is doing is it's got a fiber optic cable that's coming down from the top, and it's going into this box, and then there's a little thing inside this little corner here that is a circuit board that converts that fiber optic signal to something that your router can use, and that comes out of the other side of the box and ends up going into your house, basically. So let me see, where is it? I can't find it. But anyway, so this alarm is caused by when there used to be a voice over IP phone system before everybody just dropped it and went to cell phones. There used to be a battery in here because the law says that you've got to hold up or supply voice phone services no matter what. So anyway, they put a battery backup into this thing in case the electricity part of it fails here, okay? And that way, the only thing that'll work is your voice over IP, your phone, but it won't work for anything else like internet connectivity or anything like that. It's just made for the voice over IP part. Okay, so now I'm going to take this cover off on the left side, and then I'll take the bottom cover off, and we'll see better. Okay, so I took off one side of it, and I've already pulled the battery out of here because we didn't need it. But I kept all the wires and taped them to the back of this thing, this cover, okay? But anyway, so I'm not going to, there's one way that you could do this where you plug these things back in and then you just disconnect them or cut them off. Supposedly that's supposed to work. I don't think it's going to work because mine doesn't have the thing even plugged in. So I don't see how that could possibly work. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the route that says, hey, just pull the alarm system off of the bottom of this thing. And now I just took that drawer off. And if you see that green box is where everything's getting converted from fiber optic to electrical. And then the rest of this box is all about supporting this battery backup business, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo these screws on this big box and then probably undo some little screws on the other box here. And this is all to gain access to the circuit card that this is sitting on. And then once I got access to that, I can see what the alarm thing looks like, and I can keep from doing anything wrong to this green thing. All right. So let me go get my tools and I'll go do that. Okay, so I got these screws out, and it turns out that these ones are kind of big and bulky ones. I mean, at least it looks like that. So you need a screwdriver to get those out. Now, there's these little ones over here that you also need to get out. And those little black buggers are much smaller, okay? And anyway, the reason I picked this path of, okay, I'm going to take the alarm module off of the circuit card is because that solution works no matter what Verizon box you got in there. Because right now, FIOS, Verizon sold FIOS, at least in California, to Frontier, and who knows how old your box is. If you got a more recent box, it'll be different looking than this one. But at any rate, this will kill the alarm, which keeps going off. Okay, no matter what system you have. All right, so let me get these little nuts off. Okay, so I disconnected the little thing that was in there. It was held by those two little screws, and I don't know what this little black wire is in here, but anyway, this gives me more access to the box. And then what happens is that green thing that was on the bottom in here, like that, that's just a plug-in. And I've also disconnected the electrical before I did any of this, so it won't screw anything up, but your house has no internet at the moment. So I'll fix this as soon as I can. Anyway, so now I'm going to take this thing apart to get to the circuit board. That you can kind of see that there's a circuit board in there, maybe in that slot there. And I'm going to try and get to that circuit board and get the alarm thing off. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, so now I got the unit off and it's sitting on my desk, and I got this nice light over it so that I can get some light on it. And I remembered that little cover in there, what that little black wire is, it's a thermistor, which is a temperature sensitive resistor, probably adjusts for the temperature. When it's cold outside, it changes the resistance, and that adjusts the circuitry inside so that it's still giving the right voltage and everything to the optical fiber converter state. Okay. So now there's two screws that are on the back of this thing that I didn't see at first, but you can see them down in those holes in there. Okay. So I got to get those two screws off, and then I'll be ready to take this thing apart, or get to the circuit board anyway. Okay. All right. Back in a second once I get these things off. Bye. Okay. So now I disconnected those two the screws that are on the back of this, and those screws are not that big, but they're sunk into the back hole here. These back holes, let's see, let me get that good. Yeah, so there's one there, and then there's one here. So in order to get at that, I ended up having to use one of these Husky PH1 screws, because the Phillips heads is a PH1. But anyway, this Husky thing, you can buy that at Home Depot. It's pretty easy to come by, and it comes in really handy when you got these sunken holes. All right, so now I'm going to take the cover off here, and I moved that thermistor thing out of the way. So now it pulls off completely, and now you can see that I have the circuit board available. And this little widget right here, that widget right there, is the alarm. That's the alarm module. Okay, so I'm going to pull that off. Okay, and the way I know that that's the alarm module is just because I watched some other YouTube videos. This one from this guy named Big Boss Billy or something like that was pretty good, but a little bit too fast as far as I'm concerned. Just being a dad, fixing stuff. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go pull that off. All right, so I just pulled that off. It was sitting right there. Now it's sitting in my needle nose pliers. That's what I use to get it off. Of course, you don't want to bang into any other stuff like sitting right next to it. That's some kind of diode, it looks like to me. But anyway, I just twisted that thing and it came right off. You can see where it was connected. Here's the bottom. And those two silver points were soldered into that plus and minus thing. Okay, so I'm going to just sit that right there, leave that down. And now I'm going to go put this box back together, and then I got to put it back on the wall, because as I said, this is the thing that converts from optical to electrical bits. On your internet's not going to work without it. In a bit. See you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I threaded the thermistor back in there. I got the PH1 screws back in their housings. All right, so those are those little tunnels there. And now I'm just going to put the cover back on that covers the little bitty cover. It just covers that thermistor. And then I'll be ready to put the thing back on the wall, or try to. I might just tape it to the wall because it was actually held on by like some of that plasterboard type anchoring stuff, and I'm not sure if I got one at the moment, and I don't really care that much. I can get one later, but I need some internet tonight because it's the European Cup, and my wife is going to go nuts on me if I don't get this thing fixed. All right, so this is July 6th, 21. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I got the thermistor cover back on, and as you can see, one of the screws is missing. Those screws are pH double zeros, I think, or pH zeros, I forget which. But anyway, they're really tiny and they're very small. And sorry, dropped it. But what I got is this neat little tool, which is called a wow stick, I think, something like that. Let me see, where's the name on there? Yeah, it's called a wow stick. And basically, it's got like a light on the end that lights up, so you can use these little screws to screw in. And it's got a whole assortment of 69 different types of screw bits and all that kind of stuff. But I bought it during COVID, and they were cheap and they were easy to get. Now I think it's harder to find them. But anyway, it's called a wow stick, and who knows, makes this stuff kind of a little bit more fun. All right, let me see if I can get this thing back onto the wall and get the internet back up and running. Okay, so I got it back on the wall, and as you can see, I still had the anchor in there for one screw, just not for the top one. I'll get that one probably later, after this weekend or this weekend maybe, when I come back. I got that connector plugged in, and as you can see, it still says, yeah, the battery is bad, and the system status light though is green. So those, I hope, are all good things. I've got it plugged back in here electrically, and I guess the real test will be when I go inside and find out if the internet is now working. And down here is this is the bottom thing that slides onto here, and then the other thing is the part that covers what used to be where the battery was. And I'm leaving those down here now because right now it's holding that one screw that's left, and this little white thing is the anchor that came out of the wall that I'll have to go replace, sometime next week probably. Until then, maybe Gorilla Tape. Who knows? Okay, that's it. Dad's fixing stuff, and I guess I gotta take you inside and see if the internet comes back on. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so here's my Frontier box. Looks like all the correct lights are on, I think. Yep. Looks like the right lights are on. And here's my Synology server. It looks like, as you can see, the LAN light there. It's blinking away, so that means it must be getting some internet somewhere. Let me turn on my computer here. Sorry about the headlamp, but it's getting late. And there, I shut off. No, I didn't shut it off. The headlamp, come on, off. Oh, it's not the headlamp. It's the camera phone. So let's see if this thing's working. Yeah, it likes me. Now, okay. We got the big screen, and it looks like I've been tracking this tropical storm, and it looks like the internet is back. I'll just hit refresh here and see what happens. Yep, the internet's back. Now we just hope the alarm is not back. That's it, folks. Thanks a lot for listening, and just click the thumbs up if you found this useful. Take it easy. Bye.